Yo, what's up? It's my mum's boy Chico being back at it again. What is going on, everybody? I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all safe. And if you're new to the channel, hey, welcome. Smack that like button and subscribe. But anyway, what we're doing today is we're going to talk about Battlefield 6. We're going to talk about my opinions of Battlefield 6. I haven't done a video about Battlefield 6 because I just wanted to keep on playing the game, and I guess I'm here to eat humble pie to a point. So it's not a rage video, and it's not a Battlefield is dead video, and it's not a clickbait, this game is over type thing like a lot of other YouTubers do just to get you to watch. This is me. This is Chico Bean and my honest opinion and how I feel about the game, what I enjoy, what I think needs to work, and where I honestly think Battlefield 6 could go if the devs play it right. Now, the things are that I'm still playing Battlefield 6. I'm still having fun, and if I wasn't, I wouldn't be making this video. I wouldn't be even here. I wouldn't even be showing the clips on the end of the video now. My history with Battlefield and video games in general is, now I've played for a long time. I played Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5. Now, Battlefield 3 is where I first started on the PS3. I got into that game and I just absolutely loved it. Went into Battlefield 4, absolutely loved that game. Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, I'll get into them, but they were just visually porn. They were just absolutely visually, they were the two most visually aesthetic games that I've ever played, and just the immersity because of the visuals on it. And these franchises have always been about scale, chaos, sandbox gameplay, and those moments where you sit back and go, and everyone's done it. Everyone has seen the videos where it only happens in Battlefield. I've posted up some shorts. It only happens in Battlefield. And that's important to me because Battlefield has never been perfect. I remember when Battlefield 4 came out, it just turned around, and it was not a great game when it first came out, but it turned out to be one of the best games out. When it was launched, Battlefield 4, it was terrible. But it came out to be one of the best games, and they all come out with problems. Every single one of them has come out with problems. But what keeps me coming back is the core experiences. The core experience of Battlefield is what I love. And the feeling of being a part of a small part of a massive war. Tanks rolling through buildings, jets screaming overhead, entire squads doing. That is Battlefield. That's Battlefield 6's DNA, and Battlefield 6 has that DNA. Is it the perfect DNA at the moment? I don't think it is, but I mean, hopefully it gets fixed. Hopefully it gets fixed. Now, let's make it clear. I still enjoy playing Battlefield 6. Chico loves Battlefield 6. I still enjoy it. But when things are clicking, when the servers behave, and when the maps flow, the game is fun. Real fun. I love it. Just absolutely love it. It's not co-opium fun, and it's not, I'm forcing myself to have fun here, because it's the only game I play. Not like a lot of other YouTubers where they're forcing themselves to play the other franchise, and I'm not going to say it. Actual Battlefield fun. And there are matches where I've lost track of time. I've been playing it and I'm like, oh, fuck. It's, because a lot of these games go for 40 minutes to an hour. And I remember Battlefield 4 and that, you'd be immersed in it. And Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5, where matches just had their flow. Squads, you'd get rezzed. I noticed on this one, I don't know whether it's because they've come from another franchise, but a lot of people just don't res and they don't play that support role very well. Vehicle support, you'd be running with a tank beside you and they'd be blowing walls through so you can run through them, and objectives changing. And when Battlefield is good, there is nothing else like it. For me personally, there is nothing else like Battlefield. And that's why I get passionate, and that's why other people get. And I can understand now why other people on other franchises get passionate about their games, because they love playing it, but there are things that need to be fixed. Now, for Battlefield, for me, destruction. It's one of the biggest things about Battlefield, and evolution back in Battlefield 4 was just massive. Blowing holes in things, and the Battlefield evolves with that destruction. The war, the landscape evolves, and I want more. I want more I want them to bring back Levolution. I want them to bring back Levolution. You play Battlefield 4, go back and play Battlefield 4, and you will see what I mean about Levolution. Now, we're going to talk about gunplay. Gunplay is good, but it's very inconsistent. It's not perfect, but it's good. Weapons feel solid. Recoil is manageable. Some of the guns, like the Coordinate, are very, very good with their recoil, to the point where sometimes with the right attachments, they got none. And there's a variety of play styles, but, and this is a massive big but for me, inconsistency it's holding it back. It's holding the gunplay back. Some matches feel crisp, shots land, hits detection feels fine. Other matches, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just you dump rounds into someone, and I've done it, and I'm so fucking frustrated about it. You throw a clip into somebody, they turn around once and they fucking shoot you. And you're like, what the fuck is going on here? You hear the hit markers, you see the blood come out, and then you're dead. And it's not skill issue, and it's not, and everyone goes, oh, well, get good, bro, get good, Chico. It's not none of them. It's not skill. It's not, get good. It's net coding and hit registration, and they need to fix it. And they said that they had fixed it in the patches and that, and I just think I don't think they had. And it needs to be addressed properly. Battlefield lives and dies by trust. When I pull a trigger, I need to know that I'm trusting it to do the job. I need to know that the game is going to be reacting the way it should be reacting, but it's very inconsistent. As I said, you will shoot somebody. I've had moments where I've gone and aimed and bang, bang, and they're dead straight away. And you're like, what the fuck? Am I going to get done for cheating? And then there's other times where you'll just throw consistent bullets into somebody, and they turn around once and they just, and they kill you straight away. And I find, me personally, Chico, I find it's on close quarter fights. I find it in fast movement engagements. And I also find in high population servers, I find that that's where it absolutely it's terrible. And when it works, it feels great. But when it doesn't, it's frustrating. As I said, I get so fucking frustrated because I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on here, Chico? And it comes from the feeling like you did everything right. Everyone knows, everyone out here in the Battlefield community, and everyone knows that you're doing everything right. You're aiming, you've got your right attachments, you're shooting. And then you think to yourself, am I throwing rubber bullets? Are they just bouncing off these people and they got fucking titanium bullets and I'm getting shot once? And so it needs to be a top priority. The net coding and the hit register needs to be it needs to be top priority. It needs to be done before skins. Don't worry about the skins. It needs to hit, but don't worry about what you want to put in the store because you want to get money because people want to use their COD points or whatever. Before anything else, you need to nail net coding and you need to nail hit registration. And once you do all that, the entire experience of Battlefield is just going to be absolutely brilliant. Now, we're going to come into it now where I think there's a lot of people out there that feel this is where Battlefield needs to be. And I'm talking content, and I'm talking the lack of content. Now, we get to the point where there is none. The more the lack of, this is where Battlefield 6 feels thin. It feels like the map feel limited. There's modes rotate too often, and once you play for a while, you just feel a repetition. You're playing it all the time, and then you're like, what the fuck? I've just played this map two rounds ago, and it's just consistently doing that. And we need more content. We need variety. Battlefield is all about maps, more layouts and more large-scale experiences. And that's what brings me to the next one, and everyone's complaining about it, and I totally agree. Like, who Mortal and all those people, they're complaining about, we need bigger maps. That's what Battlefield's about. Battlefield is about massive maps where you've got not just one or two lanes, you've got flanks, you've got 3 or 4 or 5 different lanes you can run through. Because some of the maps, and the one we're playing, with the footage at the back, it just seems so funneled. It seems so predictable. People are waiting for you because they know that that's where you're going to come. Big maps create stories. Big maps immerse you into the Battlefield experience, and that's what I want. You remember when you held a hill for 10 minutes, or you pushed that bridge, or the tank battles turned the match. That's Battlefield. Give us scale, give us space, give us maps that feel like war zones, not arenas, because at the moment we feel like we're And I don't want to say it, but it feels so Call of Duty where you've only got 2 lanes to run down, and we're talking big maps. We need big map, and I think in Battlefield 5 Hamada, the scale on that they said was equivalent to like a 10Ks or something. And it was massive. That map, you go back and play, I think it's Battlefield 5, or I think it was Battlefield 5. Go back and play Battlefield 5 and play the Hamada map. That was massive. Had culverts. It had everything. It had everything, and that's what Battlefield is all about. And now I'm going to say something that, and I've seen Who's Immortal and that they've put it up there, and I'm going to say it. And it's controversial, and I feel I had a better experience with this in the game and not without it in the game. And I'm talking DLCs. I'm talking paid DLCs. I'm talking where you could turn around and they bring out, like in Battlefield 4, they brought out Asian DLCs and everything else. And I know in Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 they had the Pacific and everything else because it told a story. It was what that story was about. And I absolutely love that about Battlefield, is telling a story. Like, Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 5, I think it was, or Battlefield 1 it was all about the war in the Pacific and everything else. So you'd have Pacific DLCs where you had Pacific maps. Now, the problem wasn't, and I'm Immortal, he put it up there, and he had a point where people, they felt, maybe Battlefield felt that it was disadvantaging people because some people were paying for these DLCs and they can afford to get these DLCs, and then all of a sudden there was only a certain amount of people that were playing those maps and everything else, and it was hard to get games on those maps. Or they would have different things, and other people that couldn't afford it were going, oh, hang on. But I just think paid DLCs, and I would pay to play different maps, and I would pay to play and have different skins and everything else. Because paid DLCs means clear content drops. You know what's coming. New maps guaranteed. You know you're getting a new map. Every time you get a DLC, you know you're going to get 2 maps, and then they expand on those DLCs. And I remember Battlefield 4, I think it is, and Battlefield 5, and mate, the amount of DLCs that came out was just absolutely unbelievable. And I was paying for them. New weapons, new vehicles, new experiences, and you knew what you were getting. You paid for it, and the game grew over time. It wasn't this drip feed content, a little bit here, a little bit there. Live service sounds great on paper, and live service does sound great on paper, but it only works if content is consistent and meaningful, and at the moment it's not. Right now it feels slow, and I mean real slow. I'd rather pay for solid experiences than wait months for drip feed. Quality over promises, I say, and Battlefield has been promising this, promising that, but I say, give me quality, give me DLCs. Next one that is one thing I'll say: the Battlefield community is still here. People care. People want the game to succeed. You don't get this level of discussion, criticism, and feedback if people don't care. I care, and I know there's a lot of, and I understand in Call of Duty they care as well. A dead game doesn't get debated, and this game, I know they've put out the figures at the moment that it's dropped in, it's dropped in player counts and everything else. It's not dead. Battlefield just need to up it a bit. It's unfinished. Battlefield 6 isn't dead. It's just it's unfinished, and that's the big difference. And why do I keep on coming back? And people are going to be saying on here, hopefully, I don't want discussion in the comments. Leave things in the comments. I want discussion in the comments. Why do I keep on coming back? Because Battlefield 6 hits. It hit hard. And no other shooter gives me, it doesn't give me the scale, the chaos, the destruction, that sandbox freedom. Regardless of whether the Battlefield game isn't finished or whatever, that still gives me those things, and I just absolutely love it. Even with its flaws, it delivers moments no other game can. And I'm going to say that right now. And there's no other game out there like Battlefield. There's no other franchise out there like Battlefield. And that's why I'm critical. And not because I hate it, but because I see the potential. I see the potential in the game. Now, we all can be negative, and we can all turn around and say, "Oh yeah, well, I don't like this or that." But we also need to have solutions, and and what I think the game needs for it to be even more successful. My wish list. This is my wish list. It's only my wish list. It needs to fix the netcoding hit registration. It needs to add bigger and better maps. more consistent content drops, meaningful destruction upgrades. It needs to be like, you're looking at footage here, and you've got those power towers there in the map. Knock them down, and the destruction. The helicopter should be able to knock those power towers down, and all of a sudden, you've got live wires, or it changes the dynamics of the maps, and that's what I want. I want destruction where it changes the dynamics of the maps, where you're not just consistently going, oh, this, and this. All of a sudden, something happens, and you've got to think and go, oh, I can't go that way anymore. Oh, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? And we need clear communication from devs. We need to be knowing what's coming, what's not coming, when's it coming, how's it coming. No drama, no overreactions, just solid improvements. That's what we want. And anyway, my final thoughts on Battlefield 6. And as I said, this is just me. This is just Chico and my thoughts and where I am with the game at the moment, and everything else. Battlefield 6 isn't perfect. I'll tell you right now, it's not perfect. It's not the perfect game. And as I said, Battlefield 4 wasn't perfect either. Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, they weren't perfect. There was a lot of flaws in that and everything else, but they fixed it. And it's not a lost cause. It's not a lost cause. Battlefield 6 is not a lost cause. And it sounds like I'm begging people not to jump off. I am. I'm saying, don't jump off this game. It is a great game. Battlefield 6 is a great game. They just need to go back to what really worked before in the past. Because sometimes, as the saying goes, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Battlefield 4, with DLCs, and look at how that happened. Look at their destruction, Levolution. Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, how it immersed, the gameplay immersed you into the game. It wasn't about sitting back in an AA and everything else. It made you want to immerse in the game, and it made you want to get out there and play the game. It's a good game. It's not a great game, but with the right focus, it could be a great game. And I'll keep playing it, and I'll keep giving feedback, and I'll keep calling it how I see it, because that's what this channel is about. I'm not bullshit. I don't, I'm just here for shits and giggles. That's why I post up a lot of things about only in Battlefield and everything else. But it's the game. I'm passionate about this game. I love this game. I love this franchise, and I hope the devs and whoever else turn around, and I hope they really, look at the game and really look at going back to the basics of what Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, and Battlefield 5. Don't change nothing. They changed it with Battlefield 2043, and it turned to shit. It turned to shit, and it just didn't feel right. It wasn't immersive enough. It was just, it was crap. And then they brought this out, and they've gone back to some of the basics, and with the footage, as you can see in the background, some of the basics are there, but they just need to really look at their destruction. They look big maps. We just need big maps. And that is my honest opinion. Anyway, that is me, Chico Bean. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and let me know what you think about Battlefield 6 down in the comments. Agree with me, disagree with me, I don't really care. I just want the comments down there so we can have a bit of a chat about it, because it's all good. Let's talk about it. Anyway, say good day to your mum for me. I'm out. Bye-bye.